Hello and welcome to another staff development training session on blended learning development. This section is the base session of section 101, which I'm going to deliver today. Work through this in your own time. The outcome in order to be assessed on this is you need to submit your Interact page to the quality team of staff development. These guys will be able to then show you that you're actually doing the work correctly and give you your badge. Okay, so first and foremost what we need to do is go to our Interact page. So our Interact can be accessed either at home or at the within the college departments. So first thing what I want you to do is select a Interact page that you're going to edit, something that you want to upload. So I'm going to look at courses. Okay. For sport, we'll go down to sport, tourism, public services. If it's tourism, you can go into the same section, and public services exactly the same. So I'll click onto our home page. Now for this one, I'm going to go into sport. And I'm going to select a page looking at BTEC Level 3 Sport. We can see there's a big list of all the different courses that are on there. So I'm going to click tick BTEC Level 3 Sport. So over here, what I want to do, I've got a big list of all the modules that I teach on. Okay, so looking at all these, you'll have a big list. If you're not sure which one, you should have access already to any of these modules. So I'm going to look at, I know this module hasn't been touched yet, this is a second semester, so I'm going to use this for a training session one. So I'll click onto my unit 21, and I know that down the side here, there is nothing infilled. Okay, so first and foremost, what we must do in order to do this training, we must make sure that on the left hand side, we've got this turn editing on function. If you haven't got that turn editing on function, that means that you're not a teacher on here. So what you'll need to do is speak to either myself, who can put you on as a teacher, or speak to Sam Tanner and the training and development team. Okay, so this is my module that I'm going to look at. So I'm going to click on turn editing on to start with. You know that turn editing on is, as we look down here, we now start getting different icons. Okay, so we can get different icons on different sections here. If you have not got written on here what you want it to say, it will say topic 1, topic 2, topic 3 when you've set up a course page. Okay, so first and foremost, if you want a course page setting up, what we do is go straight down to the bottom and it says click here to request a course page. So I'll just quickly show you what we need to do on here. On this section, we need to put our email address, so our own college email address. Okay, and the school that you're in, usually sport, public services and travel and tourism. So the course name, you've got to set up with your course what you want it to call it. So that'll usually be the course, that's your EdXL course or whatever aspect you want there. Now the page name itself is the actual module that you want to actually deliver within that course. So the course is the actual header of the overall course that you want, and the page names are the sub-course. Now every time you create a sub-module, so a new module on this course, you must always put the same course name, so it helps to write that down to know exactly what you'd put. So if I was to put BTEC Level 3 Sport, okay, I know that across the board that's going to be the course I'm teaching on, or the course that's being delivered, and the page number could be here, Unit 1, Anatomy and Physiology, for instance. Okay. So the module short name, we don't really need to put anything on there. That's just a shortcut name if you wanted to put on. Now, the lead tutor here is the person who's actually going to be teaching this module. Now, if you've got a group of teachers, it doesn't really matter who you put on there, as long as there's a lead teacher, because what they do on the page itself will actually show you who the person is, and the student can click it and it'll get them to the details. Tutor office, again, put your room number, and tutor contact is if it's different to the person who's setting this up. Okay, so for instance, I set up a lot of the pages, so my email will go at the top. However, I may say that another tutor's delivering this, so I put their tutor's contact in. So what the information they need to know specifically how is the module being assessed. So you need to put that down, how many assessments are going to be done. Okay, you don't need to put dates down, because you can put that down in the actual web page itself. So just about how many you're going to be doing. Okay, so for instance, if I put 2 assignments that both coursework, fantastic, put that in there. How was the module delivered? So that they're looking at the amount of weeks. So if it's semester based, it may be 2 times 17 weeks, or 2 times 17 weeks plus of 3 hours, or whatever the way you're going to deliver it. Core text is a specific text that you're going to use. what you want to agree with and what you're actually going to put things from there. Now the module description, what I usually use on there is I'll go and get the aims off the actual course specification. So the course specification you can get off the Edexcel website or your governing body website. Click on the aims of that specific module. So don't need to put course end. Once you put that, you just put submit a request, and then your page will come and you'll get an email straight to you saying you've got that page and it's set up. Okay, so my pages are set up here, and as soon as my page is set up, I know now that I can change. So like I said, you will get topic 1, topic 2, topic 3, topic 4. So the key thing I want you to have a look at is when you've got your editing on function, you've got a little pencil on the left side that says edit summary. If I click on edit summary, it will then show this section. Now if I just click on use default section name and I go to save changes, what you'll find is just changed it to topic 1, so that's how it will look originally. So if I want to change the name on this, what I've done is gone standardized throughout all the modules, so they all look the same. They've all got the same headers. So as I click off there, okay, always make sure your default section name is actually being ticked off. So basically when you put something on there, so that could be module specification or module overview. Okay, so as we look on there, save the changes, and then that will come up on the top. Okay, so that says module overview. Now, what we need to do in order to be able to pass this is to show that we can do all this. So if you haven't got any pages set up already, you will have to set a page up. So that'll be your basic starting function. If you're not needing to do that, then we can go straight into the pages that you've already created. Okay, so looking at the task, what we've got in hand is we need to be able to create a learning resource that a student can use. So what I've got here, I've got on the section, I've created a section called blended learning. So we need to add a couple of websites that the student can use in order to gain information. So I'm going to go add an activity or resource. I'm going to scroll down to the URL section, and what the URL section is for websites. So what I need to now do is click on the website section and I'm going to add a URL. So that gives us a name of that website, that gives us a description. Now the description is there for you to get the students to have information about this website. Then we get the URL section. So what we need to do first and foremost is find a website. So as I'm using Chrome, I can use my little tabs at the top. So if I go, make sure I'm not hitting that little red cross because that'll shut everything down. Go over to the right and I can open up a new tab. Okay, so as I'm on Google, I'm going to look at a section on for massage. Could be sports massage techniques. Oh. So you're just looking for a website that can be helping you. And key specific sections that will help. So we look at Brian Mack, that may be something that I can use on here. So just waiting up for this page to open. Okay, so we're looking specifically for any information that we can get and to help the student. So I apologise that this is taking a little bit of time. Okay. Fantastic. Okay, so what I can look at here is contraindications for sports massage. So as an example of a website that I can get students to have a look at. Now on here, what I want is to get the information from what this website's about. So this website's telling me quite a bit of information I want. So it could be a good website. So initially, what I need to do is get back to our original page. Okay, I'm going to call this techniques in sports massage. Okay, so the description here, I can go two ways. I can give a description of what this website's about, or I can actually use this for a question section. So if I say this website is a resource for sports massage techniques, so this would give the students an understanding of what this is. So if I always make sure that you click on the display descriptions page, and as I click on there, okay, I then get the section that will display on the page. I go back to my web page that I want, And at the top, that's called the URL. So that's the address of that web page. If I go to Control and C, what that will do is actually copy. So it's a shorthand on your keyboard, CTRL in the bottom left, and press C at the same time. That'll copy it. I then go back down to my other page and go to external URL. I press Control, CTRL, and V, and that'll paste it there. So what I want to do then, I'm return to my course. I've now got a website that a student can actually look at. So I can use that as a blended learning section. Okay. I can also call this another point. If I want to change that, I can then change this to actually questions. Okay. So could be question 1. My question 1 could be list 5 contraindications to sports massage. Okay, whereas the students can get the information from there. Okay, I could also put question 2, list 3 techniques used in sports massage. Okay, and as I save and return back to the course, what you'll find then is I've not only got a resource, I've also got my information of what this is for, but I've also got 2 questions. So I can use that as a section where the students write the question down, they then go into the website and then actually find the information on the website. They bring that information back into the classroom. So the whole point of blended learning is for the student to go out and explore that information themselves. Okay, so what I want you to do is 3 websites. Okay, so you're going to input 3 websites with student information at the bottom. Okay, and that'll give you that section. That'll be able to tick that point off. Okay, so as you can see, I've put 3 resources up with all 3 different questions. So I've got 2 websites, and I've also got a website that's linked into a PDF, so it's an information document. Now when you turn the editing off, you will find that these disappear on the side. So if I click off here, you will find that there's my 3 sections. Okay, so we've got blended learning, and we've got 3 different questions on there. Okay, so that's the first task that I wanted you to complete. So make sure you've got 3 different tasks and you've got information that actually the student can follow in order to come back into the next class once completed the work. So as I've got here, I've got a website that tells the person what it is about. I've got 2 questions I want them to ask. I've got 2 questions about this website, and also I've got the code of conduct for this particular organisation with 2 questions. That's the first tick that will go from there. Okay, secondly, now we're going to be looking at using videos and inputting videos. So what I want us to do is go on to, by putting in a video, we'll go into YouTube. So as I click onto my my apps, okay, you'll find if you go onto Google, you'll get onto the YouTube section from there. Okay, so looking at here, what I would recommend you do is get yourself a YouTube account. So a YouTube account is, if you're clicking at the top, there'll be a top section up here that says it should be a little red box that says, let me just check actually, because I'll just log out of mine and then you'll be able to see. So sign out. So as you're opening up, sorry, I do apologise, a blue one that says sign in. So if it says sign in or it says create, there'll be a little section that tells you that you can actually create. So as I go to sign in, it'll say, there we go, creating an account. So if you haven't got an account, use your college website, your college email address, because it is a college one that you're using. Okay, so I'm going to go to Keith Burnett Central. Okay, and I've logged in into my YouTube account. Okay, so what we're looking at now is getting a video that a student can watch and then start answering questions on here. So if I'm going to look at sports massage techniques, so we go on to sports massage therapy techniques. Fantastic. So these are videos that people can watch and use. Now one thing you want to look at as well is the actual length of the video. So thinking about a video, is it useful to have a video that's an hour long? Unless it is really essential, you may start losing the student's attention. So what I'm looking at down here, sports massage techniques. Oh, fantastic, there's one here for leg massage. Now you can make your own videos if you want, however it's not really necessary. All we need to do for this section is basically get your video of what you need from there. So I'm just getting rid of these advertisements here. We're going straight into this video. Make sure that you watch the video from the start to the finish, because you'll find that there may be something that's not actually of any use, and it may be a bit pointless to have it from there. So what I want is, I've got my YouTube video and I'm going to go back to my interact page. So as again, I'm just clicking over the tabs. I can close these two tabs down because I don't need them anymore. So all I've got is my sports massage techniques, and I've got my BTEC level 3 sport. Remember, you can pause this at any time, rewind it, and have a listen to me again if I am going a bit too quick. Okay, so I've still got my editing on, and now what I want to do on my blended learning section, I want to put a video into there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go add a video, add an activity or resource, and this time as I'm scrolling down, I'm looking for one that says page. Okay, so this one that looks like a car door, I'm going to click on that one. Fantastic, into page there. Okay, so I'm going to add this page. Now what this will do is give us the same sort of information, however we've then got a page content section instead of a website. Okay, so you're creating a page for somebody to look at. So I'm going to call this again sports massage techniques. Okay, and on the description, there's two ways you can do this. You can either put the questions that you want the student to answer in the questions for the description section, or you can give them instructions. In this case, what I'm going to do is give them instructions. Okay, so watch the video and answer the questions provided, and bring in your answers for next week or for next lesson. Okay, as I say, click on the display and then that will come up from there. Okay, so what I want to look at then is I've got my video that I want to put in, and now I'm going to ask a couple of questions on here. Okay, so the couple of questions. So question one could be, why do you need to have clean hands before massaging? So there's one question. Second question. Okay, so bearing in mind this is in the page content section that I'm putting. So the second question from here, doesn't matter what your question could be. I don't know. Why do you need to know about specific techniques? So again, you need to watch the video first in order to be able to know what's going on within the video. So this time, when we go back to our YouTube, okay, we don't want the URL this time, so we're going to move down, and underneath the actual video there's a section that says share. So click on that share, and on the second bit next to share this video there's a section called embed, and what I want you to do is click on that embed. You don't need old embed codes for this, so we click off that, and what I would recommend you do is get rid of any suggested videos, because at the end it can just put random videos on the back which you don't want. Look at the size of the video. We usually say either 480 to 630, 360, 640 to 480. Now if there's nothing around that, get the closest between, because that's the size we're looking for. Okay, so now I've got an embed code which is this here, and I need to highlight the whole thing. Okay, so I'm going to Control and C, which is again copy and paste. Go back to my editing page. Now what I now need to do is, there's a little box that says HTML, edit HTML resource. Okay, so click on that. Your questions will come up at the top, so what you need to do is click at the end, enter down a few, okay, and Control and V. That will now bring in the embedded code for that video. So once you've done that, go to update, and your video will appear, okay, in that box. So we've now got two questions, so I'm going to get these and highlight them. Okay, so I'm going to make them a little bit bigger so they're easier to read. Okay, so now what I'm going to look at is just save and return to that, and I want to see how this looks. So this will come up as a different icon, so it's sports massage techniques but in a little page. Okay, so as I click on that, what happens now is I've got two questions that I want them to answer. So they watch the video and the questions are there at all times. So as I watch the video will play. Fantastic. So my video is now playing whilst I've got my questions there. So the students can answer the questions while they're actually watching the video. Okay. Now if the student wants to make it bigger, again they can toggle into full screen, so it would watch it as if they're watching it on YouTube, and again I can toggle it out from there. So what we're looking at there is, I now know that this was modified, today. Okay, like you see, I work on Sundays. Okay, so as we click back, now that video's there, it's good to go. So we can click back again and it'll take us to that page. So what you need to do is create yourself three websites with information for the student to copy or information for them to take away. You also need to embed a video, so using YouTube, embed a video in there.